Hello and welcome back. As I touched on in my last reel briefly, shark nets are posing a huge threat to our marine ecosystems here in Australia and in South Africa, the only two countries in the world where this program exists. Something that completely changed how I viewed shark nets was viewing them from the 1930s, how people might have viewed them when they were installed. And to be honest, it was probably a great idea at the time. It was the 1930s. We had no idea about shark science, how they move, and at the time the prevailing idea was that sharks existed locally at beaches. And so if we caught and killed said shark, the risk would be removed from the beach. Seems pretty simple. Put that into perspective, shark nets were introduced in the 1930s in the same era where doctors were literally prescribing cigarettes to asthma patients because that was the prevailing thought at the time, that smoking cigarettes helped treat asthma. That's absolutely ridiculous today. We didn't know what we didn't know, and then science evolved. Thankfully, modern medication has as well, and we changed the way that we treated asthma as a product of new information. And the same thing has happened with shark research. It has evolved. We understand so much more now. We know target shark species, bull sharks, great whites, and tigers, they are migratory sharks, meaning they are not localized to single beaches. They travel vast distances throughout their lifetime. They are not residents of a single beach, and they're not just lurking in the dark waiting for swimmers. Which brings me to something that most people don't realize when talking about shark nets. This is not a shark net. This is a swim enclosure, which is completely different to a shark net. A swim enclosure is actually a blocked off, barricaded part of the ocean where people can swim without any interaction from outside megafauna. It's completely enclosed. And that is what most people think of when they think of shark nets. But those are not shark nets. Those are swim enclosures, completely different. This right here is your local Bondi shark net. Feel safe? Not a giant wall, not a barrier, not a fence stretching from the sea surface to the sea floor, just a floating strip of gill net covering a tiny, tiny little portion of the bay. Sharks can swim around it, over it, underneath it, around it the other way, even through it. But the purpose of these nets is to catch and kill sharks, not to block them. And in doing so, it ends up catching the rest of our marine life. Critically endangered turtles, whales, pinnipeds, seals, and stuff like that. Everything else gets caught in these nets because they're non-discriminate nets. They don't choose what they catch, they just catch what they catch. And 89% of those animals caught in the New South Wales nets are not target shark species. And 67 of those innocent animals are dying. You might ask, why do we have them still? If we have them, there must be real science saying that they do increase public safety. Let's have a look at the most recent science, shall we?